Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was not on my personal list of new games to play in 2025, so doing a review for this RPG from Warhorse Studio was more or less out of the question. However, with all of the praise and the continued call for Game of the Year by many fans online, I decided to give it a go. After completing the game in about 80 hours, I'm ready to discuss the things I loved and the things I hated about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. So stay tuned for this brief, no-nonsense review of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on PC. As always, a like and a subscribe helps the channel and my will to live. With that, let's get started where we always do, the presentation. The graphics found in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 are the best I've ever seen in an open-world adventure RPG. Whether indoors or exploring the expansive countryside, incredible attention to detail brings environments to life in the two large areas found in the game. Character models are solid. Though they don't match up to those found in games of more limited scope, they shine in comparison to open-world games such as The Elder Scrolls Oblivion Remake or smaller games such as Tainted Grail: The Fall of Avalon. While some imperfections exist, such as jarring pop-in during cutscenes, every time I loaded up the game, I was excited to be back in the beautiful lands of late Middle Ages Bohemia. Sound and music in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is top-notch. Starting with sound effects, players are gifted a comprehensive audio package that completes the immersion started with a solid graphic presentation. The birds, bugs, breeze, bubbling brooks, and boisterous crowds provide the perfect touches that allow your brain to break through the believability barrier. Outside of modern classics like Red Dead Redemption 2, I don't remember experiencing sound design this complete. Music in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is what you'd expect in a game that tries to plant itself in some sort of realism. Music that feels accurate to the time accompanies you throughout your journey, matching the mood of each situation you encounter.
It's just, I liked it very much.
Yes.
There is a lot of dialogue in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, nearly all of which is outstandingly well voice acted.
To tell you the truth, it wasn't that great.
These impressive performances don't end with the main characters either. With one exception, I found the quality of the acting of even the lowliest of NPCs to outshine a good percentage of modern game acting. It is because of the extraordinary quality of the acting as a whole that the incredible story of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has a chance to shine. The story in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is one of the more enjoyable I've experienced in recent years. While I'm not one to get excited about games that feature stories deeply seated in reality, the thoroughly enjoyable cast of lovable and not so lovable characters make the overarching story and the many sub-stories within Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 engrossing, engaging, and most importantly, memorable. Personally, I think the main story in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is decent. There are some good surprise twists and betrayals, but it's the smaller stories and the development of relationships with and the understandings of the characters that I think really makes this game stand out. The general gameplay loop in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 boils down to an overarching story beat having a number of roadblocks to overcome. Overcome said roadblocks, fulfill your goals until the next one presents itself. What shakes things up in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is the ability for a player to handle things in their own creative ways. Between the freedom of solving problems in the way they seem fit and the ability to make key choices in the game that have a significant impact on the ending they receive, players of Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 get to experience an RPG with more meaningful choices than any other game I've played in recent history. Combat in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a very mixed bag. On one hand, I love the slow, deliberate, position-based swordplay. That is when facing like one or two enemies. That's fine, that's great. I love that. However, on a few occasions, players are tasked with pushing main character Henry through a multi-stage engagement with multiple enemies in each stage. These moments feel exhausting and demoralizing. But in the end, I did have a sense of pleasurable relief when I got to that post-fight cutscene. That is, one that didn't lead to another fight sequence. It's really hard to express my opinion about Kingdom Come Deliverance 2's combat. It was either fun and thrilling, or grueling and annoying. I didn't find an in-between. Ultimately, the solution to the latter was stop trying to take on more than one fight at a time, which is great in theory, harder in practice. While the combat was my number one key annoyance by a long shot, you know I gotta get my gripe on, so let's talk some more complaints. Graphic glitches were common throughout my gameplay experience with Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 on PC. Performance was great, but on many occasions, terrible pop-in occurred during cutscenes, which I found confusing due to the game's practice of limiting cutscenes to a measly 30 frames per second, no matter how good your computer is. The map in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is straight trash. It's cool looking, sure, utterly unusable. For a game with no minimap, a usable main map would have been a very helpful and very frustration-lessening tool. It isn't here, and I don't like that. Kuttenberg, however you say it, it's a terribly laid out town. With the addition of the terrible map, the streets were seemingly designed by someone who had 30 drinks too many. I thoroughly dislike Kuttenberg. While I've expressed my disdain for the combat in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, allow me to elaborate. The Master Strike is cool, but it's really good at forcing you to move into a group of enemies. You will be forced to reload because of this on more than one occasion. I found the commanding Mutt during combat was hit or miss, even when his obedience levels were near max. Friendly NPCs, while often adequate in combat, will have you sometimes restarting at the last checkpoint. I had no interest in playing Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I don't like games seated in realism. I like games with magic, the supernatural, things that exceed reality. But somehow I ended up liking Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, flaws and all. Between the gloriously realized world of medieval Czech Republic, the entertaining overarching story, the far more interesting ancillary stories, and more importantly, the incredible cast of both friend and foe, I see what all the KCD2 Game of the Year noise has been all about. But does Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 deserve Game of the Year? If the combat in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 were a little less clunky, and if there weren't such incredible competition for the 2025 Game of the Year, I'd say absolutely. As it stands, Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 falls just a bit short of some of my recent reviews, with a still impressive 9 out of 10. If you loved or hated this video, let me know with a thumbs up or thumbs down. Hitting the subscribe button helps the channel and will let you know the next time one of these short video game reviews is published. Check out theoddgamers.com to view the content creator group I co-founded with Jay from Room 303. We're always looking for new members, so if you're curious about content creation or if you're tired of suffering through the process alone, join the Discord, theoddgamers.com.
I am GreyDay. I play games. This is